Anyway, first recipe is something that these are my fave. Love potatoes, and so do my kiddos. And so I put a lot of great potato side dish recipes in my new cookbook, and this is one of them. 4 ingredients, you gotta love it. They're wonderful garlic herb mashed potatoes, and anybody can do these. They're so easy. Not only great for Thanksgiving, but if you're making meatloaf or pot roast, or pork chops, these are the perfect potatoes to go with. So we started off, and I peeled and diced about 6 to 8 potatoes. Now it just depends on the size of the potatoes. So we're using about medium-sized potatoes. Any kind of potatoes will work. You can use the red skin. You can use, Wisconsin russets. I love using the Yukon Gold because they are so pretty and they're kind of buttery looking and tasting. So we basically boiled these until they're fork tender, and now we're gonna get them all ready. The other thing I love about this recipe is if you're doing this recipe for Thanksgiving or any time, you can actually get this done and park it in the fridge up to 3 days in advance. So, and that's one of the things I try and do for Thanksgiving is I make myself a little checklist and, try and get some of those dishes made ahead of time, like some of the appetizers, the mashed potatoes. Now the turkey and the stuffing is one of those things that, you really can't do. You can chop up your veggies and things like that. So I leave those things to the last minute. But the things that you can get done ahead, do it by all means. That way you can be, on Thanksgiving morning with the family, enjoying everybody and not in the kitchen the whole time. Okay, so just using colander to drain those potatoes, and I'm going to go ahead and mash them in the same pot that I cooked the potatoes with. Why not? Just one less dish to wash, and Ann's always happy when there's one less dish to wash, right, Ann? Okay, so in go my potatoes. Now here is the fun part of this recipe. They're garlic and herb mashed potatoes, and they are fantastic. And what makes them so wonderful is 1 box of Boursin cheese. Boursin cheese is a creamy garlic and herb cream cheese spread. Great to have on hand during the holidays, just because you can pull it out and serve it with crackers, and you've got an easy last-minute hors d'oeuvres. Now, warning, cost about $4, so it's a little pricey, but it is so worth it. It is so wonderful. You're going to find it near the specialty cheeses at your grocery store. They'll have it. And if you don't want to splurge on it, you can make your own garlic and herb cream cheese by using just cream cheese. You can get the tubs of it or the blocks of it, add some fresh garlic and herbs and a little bit of butter, and whip it up. And you're basically going to get a very similar product. But this just keeps it really easy. And you know me, I'm all about easy. Okay, so my Boursin cheese goes in here, a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're not going to count salt and pepper as an ingredient because we all have that, right? And then we're also going to do a little bit of milk. I add my milk in last, and I like to do these by hand. I think a little bit of lumpy potatoes is a good thing because then they're from scratch and homemade. Big night out coming up. This is going to be a fun one. Right after Thanksgiving, you are going to need a big night out. We are headed to a new French restaurant in De Pere, and it is going to be fantastic. We had the chef on last week to do some of the menu. French onion soup, mussels with garlic, a wonderful roasted beet salad with Roquefort cheese. Beef bourguignon is our main dish with gratin potatoes and a vegetable. And then for dessert, vanilla creme brulee, all paired with wines. 5-course meal for $60 per person. That includes tips. So hopefully you'll join us. Go to the website, fox11online.com. Click on the Living tab, and you'll see details on our next big night out, and I hope you'll join us. It's coming up that first week in December, so call today to make reservations. So as you can see, we're not going to need a whole ton of milk. So that's why I put my milk in at the very end. Can you smell that? The garlic and the herbs? I know, it's fantastic. So at this point, I kind of just eyeball it and do 1/4 to 1/2 cup of milk, starting with a little, and you can always add more. Also, we're reading our book club book. In fact, I ran out into a lady at one of my cookbook signings this weekend, and she said, "I'm reading the book club book. It's amazing." So go to our website, find out what we're reading, and get reading. We're meeting at La Java Wednesday, December 5th, so hopefully we'll see you there. A little bit more milk. Oh, one more thing we wanted to tell everybody. So once we get all these recipes from this week together, we're going to put together the ultimate Thanksgiving menu. You can go online and get it. But everyone can enter the contest right now. Go online and you could win a $2,000 dining room set from Van Reedy's just in time for Thanksgiving. So go online and enter. Okay, our potatoes are done and looking fab, smelling delicious, a little bit more milk. And at this point, you get these basically in your casserole dish. Park them in your fridge or bake them right away. It's up to you. Spray your dish, and then you're just going to heat them before serving. Now, if remember this, if you're going to heat these ice cold, they're going to take a little bit longer, and after they've refrigerated, they may need even a little bit more milk. Key with really good mashed potatoes is don't over mash them and don't make them sticky and gluey. That is really one of the keys. So cover this with foil, bake with foil covered until they're warm. And then I just garnish the top with a little bit of fresh parsley. And I promise you, these are so full of flavor and so easy. You can also throw a little butter on there, of course. Everything's better with a little bit of butter. So there you go. It's my garlic and herb mashed potatoes. These are absolutely fantastic, perfect for Thanksgiving, or really, they're just a great, great side dish. Recipes on the website, also in my new cookbook, also at Festival Foods. We'll be back, so stay with us.